All right, my homies, welcome back, the MT and me. So, we got a nice afternoon here, chance to do some work on Pearl's rear brake assembly that we've been working on for I don't know how many weeks now. Last time we got the shoes adjusted and got the drum on to where it's turning freely, but maybe just barely touching the shoes, which is exactly where it should be. So I think at this point everything inside the drum is good to go. It's a matter now of putting the rest of it back together before we can finish. But I hesitate to use that word finish. Just, I don't know. You see, the thing is, finish is kind of an indefinite definition. I mean, when do you really finish something? I'm a long way from finish when it comes to Pearl as a project. Lots more stuff to do. Maybe a long way on this wheel. I don't know. And then there's the aspect that the word finish itself can have different connotations. For example, one of the prime meanings of it would be anything of or pertaining to the beautiful Scandinavian country of Finland. That's Finnish, right? Of course, that has nothing to do with Pearl's rear wheel. But by the miracle of semantics, we got there anyway. So, let's see, not if we can finish, but just what exactly we can do concerning getting Pearl's axle and wheel assembly back together again. Come on. It's good to be back with you again, Nomies, and good to have you here on the MT and me. Let me just say I appreciate your support and you viewing every week what little minor things I managed to get done on this beautiful machine called Pearl, and I really do thank you for watching and for your support, for your subscriptions, for your thumbs ups, and all the good comments you send me too. Thanks. You make it worthwhile. Now, here's where we are. The drum is on there. Yay. That's good. Making a little bit of noise, like it should. We're going to call that done for now. As I pointed out at the end of last week's video, Pearl has a long way to go in this restoration project, this remodeling that we're doing. And it's going to be a while before we actually try to drive her anywhere. So I got a little breathing room in getting the bugs worked out in case any pop up in the wheels and brakes. So we good right now. But we do have to finish the reassembly on this. Now I set the drive shaft, get my gloves on here. I set the drive shaft back in place last week, just stuck it in there. It's not ready to go in just yet though, because, well, there's a few more parts that go in there. And it's things that are kind of important. Like, oh, I don't know. Bearings, maybe. Yeah. We got bearings. That I'm dropping. We got all the nuts and bolts that hold them in place. And that's the main thing. We have to get back inside this assembly. Okay? All I have to do is remember how all of this goes back together. And if I'm not mistaken, these are the same. So I'll put one of these on, and then this goes on to lock it. No, I put the bearing in, and then this goes on. And you know, maybe I'd better do a little quick review before I start putting this back together. Huh? I think that'd be a good idea. So please stand by. Okay, little quick research. The bearings go in first. Need to get them cleaned up. And then there's a retainer nut that goes in. Then this little spiral wheel goes on. And then the other retainer nut goes on. So now we know. And I get a chance to use my brand new I can't get this out. Anyway, it's a socket designed to fit these nuts. This is a thing that I think I showed it to you, I don't know, a couple of months ago. I just stumbled across it while actually looking for something else online, and I thought, well, I can use that. And I bought it, and I'm going to use it today. All right. First thing we got to do, put some bearings in. There we go. Put them in backwards. That wasn't going to work, was it? Okay. All right. I don't think there's any difference in this. Say that, and I was certainly not wanting to have it backwards. Sometimes they thread better one direction than they do the other. Now I have put this thing back together once before, and it was not this difficult. I believe that's starting to thread there. Maybe. Yes. Wish that fit a little better. problem is here. Right there. Don't you just love it when you buy something new and the first thing you have to do is work on it? Now it's better than it was. Let's see what we got here. This goes in like so, and we put on the other. Okay. Now let's see if we can bend a prong down. Not so easily. Okay. Well, this needs a little work to be working like it should, but it did the trick. And we've got our hub back on. We got our bearings on. Oh, let's see if we can get the shaft back in place now. The trick with the shaft is getting it to engage in the differential, which means you have to get it, the splines in just the right place. And it always takes a while to do that. There we are. There we are. How about that? How about that? And it's locked in place. Good. Okay. Now, we ain't quite done yet. You still have to reassemble this. You have these little washer inserts. You see they have an opening in them so that they go in these holes and then they tighten up as you put the nut on. Okay, that's got them all in place. All we have to do, tighten them down. All right, that's got that taken care of. So our wheel hub is now put back together, and if I'm not seriously mistaken, all that's left is putting those tires back on. All right, see if we can get these tires on. Now dualies have a little pin on the brake drum. It's right there. Not sure if you can see it or not, but it's right here between these two lug nut studs. There is a hole right here on the tire hub that has to correspond with that. So you have to put the tire on and line it up, which can sometimes be easier said than done. So now, if I can get those lugs in the right place, oh, this is not as heavy as the brake drum, but it's getting there. Okay, one down, one to go. Okay, let's get the rest of these lug nuts on and tighten down. And that, boys and girls, is how you put a Dana 60 dually rear axle on a 1977 Dodge 300 1-ton back together. Whew. Am I proud of myself? Maybe just a little. Am I finished? No. No. I still have a missing lug nut. I'm not sure the bearings are as tight as they need to be. I really don't know if the brake shoes are adjusted like they should be. And you know, there's still no fluid in the entire brake system. And I still have to do the springs and shoes on the other rear wheel. And we got to check the pads and the rotors on the front wheels too. Finished? I'm not sure I ever will be finished with Pearl. But that's okay. Me and the girl have gotten to be pretty good friends, so I like hanging out with her. And I like hanging out with you too. And I appreciate you hanging out with me each and every week here on the MT and Me. I ain't sure what's coming up next time around, but we may move on to the next rear tire, or we may take a little break from wheel work and try something else. You'll just have to tune in and find out. But in the meantime, thanks for watching this time. Subscribe if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up and join us each and every week right here on YouTube. Until that next time rolls around, get it? Rolls around. Yeah. I'm Russ. I'm going to roll out of here. We'll talk later.